Hello everyone, so I just recently published my second mobile game, Flingy Fruit, and in this video I sort of want to talk to you about the process of making the game, in addition to, of course, showing you some gameplay. And before we get started, the game is available to download on both the Google Play Store and App Store. Links are in the description below. Also, if you want, you can check out the video for the first mobile game I made, The Last Chicken on Earth, and that game is also on the App Store in addition to the Google Play Store. Links are again in the description below. But anyways, just as an introduction to the game, the way you play Flingy Fruit is that you drag anywhere on the screen and release to throw a fruit, and your goal is to avoid falling off the screen and reach the basket at the end of every level. You start off with an apple, but you unlock new levels and fruits as you collect more stars, which are earned after beating a level with a fruit. There are currently 6 different fruits and 24 levels, and with each fruit you have to change your gameplay strategy because some fruits are slippery, some are heavy, some are bouncy, some are fragile, and so on. There are also many different objects that the fruits can interact with, which may make certain levels easier or harder for specific fruits. The game may appear somewhat difficult at the beginning, but it's pretty easy to get the feel of once you play a bit. So onto the topic of making this game, I wanted to try making everything by myself, so I used several different applications for the design, coding, art, and music. With everything put together, this game took around 9 months to make. I wasn't working on it every day, but I'd say it definitely took around 100 hours or so to create the game. But anyways, I'm going to first talk about the programming part. I made Flingy Fruit with Unity Game Engine and programmed the game in C# with Visual Studio. Since I was more experienced with using Unity, especially after releasing my first game, I didn't spend as much time troubleshooting Unity problems. However, I did spend a large chunk of my time writing code, especially during the early phases of my game designing process. I went through a lot of different prototypes for the game, and one of the earliest versions of my game that I made was actually a turtle that you flung as you tried to avoid traps. However, over time, I changed it into a fruit-flinging, platformer type game. I spent quite a bit of time programming the flinging mechanic and line visual, and I did a lot of fine-tuning to get the launching of the fruit just right. The rest of the programming wasn't that bad difficulty-wise, but there was just a lot of scripts to write even for a pretty small mobile game like mine. Now for the art, it actually took up a pretty large amount of time. I wanted to have a lot of different objects and graphics for my game, but since that meant creating it all myself, I had to plan it out, draw it, and test it in the game. I primarily used Boxy SVG to create the art because it was relatively easy to use and it had the tools to create simple vector images. I'm not a super good artist, so a chunk of my time was spent on searching the web and finding online images as references for my graphics. Furthermore, once I exported my finished graphics into Unity, I typically did not get the result that I wanted the first time, so I had to do a lot of trial and error. I had to see if the graphic I made blended into the game well and looked good, if the graphic worked on different screen sizes, if the graphic looked clear on all resolutions, and if it did not take up too much file space. All in all, planning and drawing the art took around the same time as the programming, but maybe still a bit less time. On a similar topic, when it got to designing levels, I thought it would be pretty easy, but it actually took much longer than I expected because I had to create levels that were possible to beat with all of the fruits. So I had to playtest the level essentially 6 times, because I had 6 fruits, to make sure the level wasn't impossible. Now the music and sound effects were the last element that I added to the game. I'm pretty new to FL Studio, which I used to create the music, so I managed to just make a simple beat without spending too much time. I used Audacity to edit some sound effects that I either recorded or took off the internet that were free to use. So yeah, that's pretty much an overview of how I made Flingy Fruit. And also, quick disclaimer, the game does have ads, however I made sure to not make the ads disrupt the gameplay that much, and I just wanted to test out Google AdMob, which is the ad provider that I'm using. I'm not expecting any good results in terms of revenue from my ads, but it's worth playing around with and testing it out. Anyways, that's it for this video. I hope you found this video helpful, and again, the links to my new game, Flingy Fruit, as well as my other game, The Last Chicken on Earth, are in the description below. I really appreciate reviews for my games and read all of the reviews you leave me, so make sure to leave one in the Google Play Store or App Store if you have anything to say. Also, feel free to ask me any questions in the comments below, and I'll be happy to answer them. Anyways, that's it for this video. See ya!